All right, apologies for that, for the delay. Sorry about that, but now we're back here. Let's now get into it. We are looking at BTC. As like I told you, we look at BTC and we look at what is happening in the world of BTC. So last week we last saw it on Tuesday. Yeah, this was on Tuesday. We wanted something like that, but then this pullback to mitigate this fair value gap, we never saw it. We did not see a pullback to come and mitigate this fair value gap. So this move right here never came through. But the move, this kind of a move, like I told you, that kind of a move to reach there, it happened. So let's look at that move according to M15. So that was the move. That was a move to reach there. You can see on that very day it reached actually the TP level, and then somehow the sale began. But then unfortunately on the next day, that was on Wednesday, we saw a break of structure coming through. All right, so now we don't need this, we don't need that, we don't need all this. We can delete all that. So let's go to H1. Let's go to H1. H1. All right, so H1 and H4. Let's go to H4 actually. Now we saw that we had a break of structure right in there, and then according to daily time frame, we saw a change of character right up there. So this tells us that we are not going to see anything else other than buys apparently. So this, I'm going to delete it, even that. They all go. This, delete it. We have a change of character there. Apparently we clearly see that where we are, price failed to give us a break of structure. That's not a break of structure right there. That's not a break of structure. We are actually seeing price reversing. It's trying to reverse, but we can only anticipate a reversal. We can only confirm a reversal if price gives us a change of character. Remember, this is on H4, and it's not yet even, it hasn't even yet hit the overbought level, meaning we are still in an uptrend. The general trend is still an uptrend. But going back to daily time frame, that's where the funny bit of this is. Yeah, that's where this is a bit funny for us. It's a bit crazy. Why do I say that? You see this high right there, and that high price here on this very level, that was around July, price failed to break that structure. It actually got us back into this kind of a consolidation according to daily and weekly time frame. But then last week we saw price give us a change of character to push back for buys. It has come again back to that same high. It has tried to take those highs out, and it was trying to give us a break of structure, but that is no valid break of structure, as you can see according to daily time frame. That is no valid break of structure. So if we go to weekly time frame, we can only and only wait. Yes, that high there is a weak high. Price can eventually continue with buys, but according to what we are seeing on daily time frame and H4 time frame, we are actually looking for, we are likely to see some reversal to give us sales. We are likely to see that. So having said all this, I don't think it's a good, for swing traders, it's not a good structure for us to engage. But for for intraday traders, there is always a way to make money. For intraday traders, there is always a way to make this money. So let's look at how an intraday can make this money. That is H4. H4 we are still pushing, so it's going to try and take those highs out. So it's going to try to look for that, but then it will fail probably, but there's also a likelihood of continuing. Why do I say that? Because of that weak high that we are seeing up there. So if we eventually see something like this, then that will be our change of character, not this level. That will be our change of character, and that's what we will confirm with to actually get in with some sales. So for now, no business on H4. On H1, however, we clearly see the price is actually oversold and the buys are on according to H1, and we cannot enter them, though we can only wait for M15 to react back probably to that OB, and then we can come in with the buys. So right about now, nothing I can do. Let's go to M15. Yes, so the sale is on according to M5, which will eventually confirm the buys that we need on M15 and H1. Perfect. So we know that we are going to sell it on M5. For scalpers, this will be the sale, but you can only sell when price is below a 10 MA. When price is below a 10 MA on M5, then wait for it to reach here, take your profits, and then wait for the confirmation or wait for buyers to come in, and then you also take that buy according to M15 and H1 to push all the way up there to try and take those highs up there. And once it takes those highs and gives us a break of structure, then you know we are continuing with a buy trend. So for now, I don't want to see this one. Also we can delete it. This one also we can delete it. And then what else? Yeah, we can delete that. This move is still valid from that angle there. It's still valid because we wanted it to give us this pullback. So that move is still valid, so I'm not going to delete it. I'm just going to leave it there. So for now, yeah, what is likely to come through is sales on a higher time frame. But on a lower time frame, we're going to look for some buys, yeah, and then we can call it a day today, because we are likely to continue with some buys today. So before you do anything, before you look for sales on a higher time frame, know that you're going to first buy and then later probably sell if price fails to break structure, if price fails to give us a break of structure up there. All right, that's it. Please, if you have a question, go ahead and let me know. Share it in the comment section if you have any questions. If it is your first time here, please go ahead and subscribe, hit that bell button, and make sure all notifications are checked so that you don't miss any live session that we always have weekly on this channel. Then the other thing is, you don't forget to hit that thumbs up so that we can be known all over, and as we grow this community together. And of course, if you still want to learn trading, I have classes. Every month I have a class. So, and information is on your screen for you to register for any of the classes throughout the year. So you can register for Jan, you can register for November, December. I don't think I will be having a class, but Jan, of course, January, so November, January, Feb, March, April 2026, all those months will be free to, you know, get your own free month that you want to learn or to add on to what you know, or to unlearn, relearn, something like that, as you you know, simplify, or as you know, develop your own strategy that you want to use in trading. All right, so let's do the recap and we call it a day. So I talked about daily time frame, and we saw that we got a change of character up there, and that change of character pushed us to go back to our previous higher high, which is right there. And this is a fake break of structure. We cannot consider it according to daily time frame. And clearly, if you're looking at CCI, we clearly see that we are overbought, meaning buyers are losing momentum and sellers are going to catch on and push back the price down below. So as we clearly looked at H4, we saw that it is almost getting oversold, overbought, but it's not yet. That's why H1 still needs some buys. That's why H1 is oversold. It's oversold and wants buys to come through. So once this buy is done, H4 will also be getting to overbought level right up there, and then we'll be ready to sell according to H4, according to daily time frame, which is already overbought, and H1 will also be overbought by the time price reaches back there, and then H1 will also be getting overbought up there, now pushing us into sales, of course, on all higher time frames. And of course, even M15 will be the entry time frame for us as it gets overbought. All right, so for now we wait for this kind of a pullback, and then we make that entry for the buys that we need. So right now, don't make that mistake, but if price breaks this level, if it comes here and breaks this level, then make that sell entry. If it doesn't and it continues, then you have no entry, then you can wait for sales from all the way up there. All right, I think that's it for today. Hope you guys had a great time. Apologies once again for delaying to come around and make this analysis, but I hope you've picked one or two things as far as BTC is concerned. All right, let me wish you guys a good day. Remember that we are always here Monday to Friday for the synthetic indices and gold analysis. We've already analyzed gold. That was gold move. Yeah, we want that buy. In fact, I think we should be. I was looking for this, but it did not come through. I don't think it will come through. Let's see that. Did it reach it? I doubt it did. Yeah, I don't know. We are going to be buying this asset anytime from now, so I'm not going to look for buys yet, because price is funny, the market is funny. It can eventually give me this move to reach all the way here, so I have to be patient, a little bit patient for this kind of a buy I was looking for. So for now, no business. We'll be looking for buys to push us all the way up there, and then we close our trades. That was a gold analysis. Yes, of course, we've already seen jump 10. We are in big profits. In fact, I think I can even break even. Yeah, the sell has continued just like we anticipated for the swingers. Yeah, for the swing traders, that is why we sold it, and we're looking to take our profits there. That is on jump 10. Yes, of course, this happened to give us that other point, so we knew that buys were coming in. So all we need, we can wait for sales right up there. Now can wait for sales right up there. So apparently we wait also. Yeah, or you enter some short buys to push you up to that trend line and then close and wait for sells. V75, we already talked about this, that sales are on, but we are likely to see this pullback and then continuation of sales down below. V25, yes, it has broken out. All we need is now a pullback here to confirm what we need, and then we can come in with buys. Boom 500, we are already in a buy trend, a buy entry. We already have a buy entry, but price is trying to pull back. So we are still, holding our position right about there. Boom 1000 is also, consolidating, is within that consolidation. You can see what it is doing, so we cannot do anything until further notice, until we have a proper break of structure right here down below, or until we see a change of character above there. And lastly, we saw gold, crash 500. It's also still consolidating, so no business around this until further notice. All these we analyze them on every day, Monday to Friday, 10:30 a.m. East African time to 11:30, strictly 1 hour for the analysis of these assets. So if you don't have an account with the broker that offers these assets, then you kindly go to the description and you'll see a link where I've said a broker that I use for all markets. Then you click on that link and you'll be able to sign up for the same broker that I use and be able to get yourself an account and be able to trade all these assets in one account. I trade synthetic indices, I trade forex, where the gold is and metals, and of course cryptocurrency in one same account. There's no broker that does that apart from Delive. So that's why I love this broker. All right, I think that's it for today. If you have any other questions, you can still inbox me on that number that you're seeing on your screen. If you have any questions or inquiries about all the programs that we have on this channel and as a community, I'll be able to answer your queries and questions appropriately. Otherwise, see you guys tomorrow for the synthetic index analysis, and of course Friday, that's when we'll be back for the BTC analysis. Have a good day. Bye bye.